Good afternoon and God bless you. Dr. Preston Ray Winfrey here. How on today and how in this world are you? I pray that you are doing well. I pray that your family is fine. And I pray that you, like me, are clothed in your right mind with a reasonable portion of health and strength. And I'm thankful to the Lord for one more day, one more opportunity that the Lord has blessed me, and He has allowed my golden moments to roll on another day, another moment, this very minute, this hour. God is good and He's greatly to be praised. Listen, I hope that you're having a great week. I've had a good week. As a matter of fact, it's been a great week. And today has been a pretty relaxing day for me. I got to do some things that needed to have been done. Made a few runs, a few stops, ran some errands. And the day for me is almost over, even though it's still early. We're getting ready for, we've got a guest speaker that's going to be coming in tomorrow at the Pioneer Church. We're located at 315 East 161st Place. I think I want to do my announcements on the first part of this before I get into what I want to talk about, right? And it's so tomorrow our guest speaker is going to be the Reverend Dr. William Foster Jr. He pastors the Providence Baptist Church in Chicago. He's going to be our morning speaker at 9 o'clock a.m. He's coming in. This is for my retirement / anniversary, 44 years. And he is a great speaker, and we are eagerly anticipating a great word from the Lord. He's somebody's preacher, I tell you, and he's my friend, and he has agreed to come and share the gospel with us for that occasion. Then on Friday, next Friday, that's going to be November the 14th at 7 o'clock p.m. there at the church, Pioneer. We are going to be having a jazz roast and toast. It's going to be a great night of laughter, jazz, and events as they will be celebrating me and roasting me. And hopefully I won't get burnt. They just know that it's supposed to be a roast and not a burn session. But I'm looking forward to it with great anticipation. That's going to be at 7 o'clock p.m. And there's no admission for that. But kindly bring any donations and cards that you want for the honoree. Did I say that out loud? I did. We will have some finger food there for you. And of course, that's not free, but we're not putting a charge to it. So that's going to be this coming Saturday, November the 14th. Please mark your calendars. And then on Saturday, that's going to be Friday, the 14th, for the jazz roast. Then the following day, that Saturday, November the 15th, there will be a First Ladies brunch and play production that's going to take place at this address. Please write it down. 3630 South Wales. There is an admission for that, $20. We have to pay those who's going to be doing what they do. But then also those proceeds, what's left is going to go to my beautiful and charming wife, Dr. Gloria J. Winfrey. And I'm asking you as a personal favor, make sure you get your tickets. You can go on winfreyretirementgala.com, winfreyretirementgala.com. Get those tickets. They're selling for $20. And so you want to go ahead and do it now. Do it right away. Well, wait until after I'm finished with my spiel. Then I would say go ahead and get it done. Or if you plan to be at Pioneer on tomorrow, you can give us that money for that. And That way we can make sure that you have seating and those kind of things. So that's going to be next Saturday, November the 15th, and the time for that event is going to be 2 o'clock p.m. Again, the address is 3630 South on Wales. You will go through, I believe it's door number 4, and parking is right there. It's very convenient. So we're looking forward to that. And then on next Sunday morning, that's going to be November the 16th, the Pioneer family and friends will be giving tributes to this servant. And we're going to have a glorious time. And there will be a word from the Lord. You'll have to come to find out just how everything is going to play out, but it's going to be a great time, and we're looking forward to that time, hearing what people think, how they feel, and just being blessed in that atmosphere and for that moment. And then we'll have dinner a little later on that afternoon, and then we will be anticipating the arrival of the Friendship Baptist Church from Chicago. Pastor Dr. Reginald E. Backus, who's going to be the speaker for that occasion. That's going to be for the 3 o'clock hour. And that's going to pretty much be the crescendo for the 44th year anniversary. And then the last 2 Sundays of this month in November, I will be giving those farewells as senior pastor. I'll be moving from senior pastor into pastor emeritus. We will still have a connection, still have a relationship with the Pioneer Church. Lord hasn't said anything about taking me to heaven yet. I made reservations, but we're not trying to go within the next couple of weeks. But we are retiring, and that's important as we move to the next phase of ministry. So I'm excited about it, and I pray that you're excited, and we covet your prayers as we go into this next chapter of ministry and this next chapter in life. So I'm excited about it, and we say, God be the glory for the great things that He is doing. So now that takes me into what I want to talk about today. And that is this question I want to raise. Why are we here? Why are we here? Now, I could personalize and ask, why are you here? Or why are you there? But I'll keep it politically correct. Why are we here? Right? Well, where are you today? You know, when I think about that question, where are you? Where are you at this moment in life? This moment in history? Where are you? You know, God many centuries ago asked that question to Adam and Eve. He said, well, he asked Adam, where are you? And so I'm asking you, why are we here? I'm not going to ask you, where are you? I'm just going to ask you, why are we here? You know, if you know where you are, do you know why you're where you are? And how did you get to where you are now? You know, is your present location of your own choosing? Is that, you know, where you are? Is that where you want it to be? You know, and being there, are you happy? Are you sad? Are you indifferent? If you had the opportunity, listen, if you had the opportunity to change locations, would you? And if so, where would you go? Where would you be? If you had the opportunity to be someone other than who you are, not going to happen. But if you had the opportunity, who would you be? What kind of person would you be? You know, we can all thank the Lord for second chances and chances again and again and again. Some people are in a spot and have no idea how they got there. Some people where they are and have no rhyme or reason for being there. Perhaps they were trying to be helpful and got burned by others. Do you know anything about that? Have you extended yourself? Have you shared with people? Have you just given and given and given, even when you knew that people were taking unfair advantage of you? Have you been there? Of course you have. You know what it's like. You know what it's like to keep hoping. I've got someone who says, well, I'm just trying to give them grace. But you do know that at some point, you can do so much until you just burn yourself out. And when that happens, it leaves you with some feelings of discouragement. And even sometimes you can find yourself in a deep state of depression. And listen, don't let people fool you and say, well, if you're saved, you'll never be depressed. And no. Saved people can be depressed. Saved people can experience what we call burnout, right? Acknowledging the problems that we are facing in the world today, it is enough sometimes to send you off into an oblivious place. You know, going to that place is not the issue. The issue is, what do you do when you find yourself in that place that you don't want to be in? You know, when I think about this question that I raised for my subject today, where are you? I'm reminded of the prophet Elijah. You know, he had a great ministry, right? And he was used mightily by the Lord. Oh, listen, he met with the prophets up on Mount Carmel, prophets of Baal, killed them all. The same prophet had prayed that it wouldn't rain, and there was a drought for 3.5 years. Prayed again, and he saw the rain coming. But let's go back. He got rid of these political prophets, right? And the queen Jezebel got upset with him and sent word to him, said, this time tomorrow, brother man, you're going to be dead meat. And he took off. Now, think about it. He had done so many mighty things, so many miraculous things. And now one woman, I might say she was an evil woman. And I'm with him there. I think if I ever ran into a woman like that, I would have to take off and go someplace. So what would you think the Lord had used him for if he was going to just allow him to go into a place of depression and feeling like I'm out here by myself? See, Elijah at this time, he found himself in a cave. You know, and that's in 1 Kings chapter 19, just for your benefit. Yeah, he's now in a cave. You know, he would not go to the Lord. He went and ran off someplace. No doubt, he just figured, oh man, it's over. You know, this Jezebel is upset. You know, her husband didn't have the gall to come to me, but she did. And she's like, I'm killing him. You know, wherever he's at, I'm going to find him and I'm going to kill him. Well, the Lord came to Elijah while he was in this cave and asked him, Elijah, what are you doing here? And Elijah said to the Lord, he said, you know, Lord, it's like this. What had happened was I had been so zealous for you. But the people, those Israelites, you know, your chosen people, they rejected the covenant that the Lord sent. They had broken down the altars. And they even put the prophets to death with the sword. And I'm the only one left. I'm the only prophet left. I'm the only one doing something. And so now they're trying to kill me. You know, Jezebel put up a wanted sign, said, wanted, dead or alive. She meant business. And so what the Lord did, he said, okay, come on out that cave. And he comes out, and the Lord sent a powerful wind, and the wind just tore up the mountains around him. But the Lord wasn't in the wind. And then the Lord sent an earthquake. Make sure I got my story right. Yeah, he sent an earthquake. And the Lord wasn't in the earthquake either. Then the Lord sent fire, and the Lord wasn't in the fire. But after those three things came a still, gentle whisper. And when Elijah heard it, he pulled his cloak over his face. He knew beyond any doubt that was the Lord. Then the voice of the Lord asked one more time, "What are you doing here, Elijah?" This is the second time he asked him what he was doing here. And Elijah, he had to fess up. Lord, I was scared. He said, man, listen. Think about your journey. Think about who brought you to where you are. Think about who gave you what you now possess. And I want to say to you, my friend, you're listening today. Excuse me, what do you do when you find yourselves as did Elijah? Are you tempted to run and hide? Pull the curtains down? Are you tempted to go and isolate yourself from people, even from the Lord? You can't do that from the Lord because he's everywhere. But we just put things in our minds. I'm not gonna talk to the Lord either. So we should not retreat when we discover these three things. The first thing that you want to be reminded of is God has been your keeper, right? The psalmist says, the sun will not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. The Lord will preserve your going out and your coming in from this time forth, even forevermore. So the first thing is God has been our keeper. Can we be honest? Can we keep it 100? Has God not kept you? Well, I didn't ask you, have you suffered any pain, any disappointments, any setbacks? That comes with life. But has God not kept you? Matter of fact, had it not been for the Lord who's on your side, you never would have made it. Second thing is, God will always make sure that others will share your faith. Now remember, Elijah told the Lord, I'm the only one left. The Lord told him, I've got 5,000 more prophets who have not bent their knee to wickedness. So get over yourself, Elijah. Lift up your head. Psalmist said, I will lift up mine eyes unto the hill. And then he asked, from whence comes my help? And then he answers his own question, saying, my help comes from the Lord. Man, what was I thinking? Sometimes we're not always thinking. We can start feeling sorry for ourselves. We say, oh, look at what's happening to me. Woe is me, poor me. Oh, me. Oh, I'm in trouble. Stop. Go back. God has been your keeper. And God will always make sure that there are others. The second thing, that others who share your faith, others who's on the same page, will remind you that you can make it. The third thing is, life's last chapter is yet unwritten. As I face, having completed 44 years of pastoralship, and that's 44 years completely. When I think about that, and now I'm about to retire, so many people are asking me, so what are you going to do? I said, I don't know. I'll see. Well, don't just sit around. People are just full of advice. Some advice is good, but sometimes, people's like, well, you gotta stay busy. No, what I've got to do is chill and take it easy, and try and find as much nothing to do as I possibly can. And then when I feel like I need to do something more than what I'm doing, then that is the plan. I plan to do that. But the reality is life's last chapter is yet unwritten. Eyes haven't seen, ears haven't heard, and neither has it entered the hearts of men just what God has in store for me on the other side of retirement. And so we plan to do some visiting and do some extra vacationing and the like, and just doing some things perhaps, and picking up some projects that we've had on the back burner for a number of years because we were in a different phase of ministry. So you answered the question, why are we here? Again, it's not always any harm being in your cave and being in isolation, but address the question, why am I here? And if it's just for the primary reason of hiding and just saying, I'm giving up, then you may want to rethink that and ask the Lord, what is it while I'm here would you have me to do? And I declare He'll answer you. That's one of the great benefits you and I have, those of us who are saved, because of what God did. He commended His love towards us in that while we were yet sinners, He sent His only begotten Son into this world to die on the cross to save us from our sins. And didn't He die? Yeah, He died one Friday. They buried Him in a borrowed tomb. And someone said it's all over. But listen, death wasn't the end of the story. No. He got up early Sunday morning with all power in His hand, gone back to glory, but one day He's coming back again. So get your house in order. Find out where you are. Find out, is where I am where I need to be? And if not, then put some gas in the engine and get to stepping. Go ahead and get to where you need to be and watch God do things for you. He can not only change things, but He can turn the whole situation around for you. All righty. Well, listen, I love you. Thank you so much for joining me today. I pray that the Lord will continue to bless and keep you and cause His face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May the Lord lift His countenance upon you and grant you His peace. Until next time, I love you, God loves you, and I'm not going to change it. All righty? I'm going to finish up this song, and then we will bid you adieu.